Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode today of the show, the All Aces Podcast. Today, man, we got an exciting show today. A little bit different, man. Like always, we always promise to bring you guys the aces of every single industry. And also, man, we like to talk about trending topics, different stuff going on in the world, and just kind of some fun, crazy topics going on, man. And right now, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Tell them why, Nate.
Right now, we got billionaires missing in the bottom of the fucking ocean. Titanic is 2-0 against rich people. That was a terrible joke, damn. Probably went to hell for that. But there's a lot going on in the world right now. We're just going to try to cover everything, keep you guys up to date as much as we can. So you guys better stick around and find out what's happening.
I didn't even know there's billionaires in the submarine to begin with, to be honest with you. That, you shocked me right now. Because I knew there was people, and there was like 9 people, no?
Bro, the thing that trips me out, like, they all had hella money. And the billionaire's son was basically like, I know my dad's like at the bottom of the ocean right now, but I'm at the Blink-182 concert, so I can't miss this. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro, it's all a hoax, bro. They went to go see Atlantis, bro. That's what happened.
Bro, they're probably in Atlantis right now.
So for people at home that don't know about the submarine, what's going on with the submarine and what happened?
I don't know what's the name of it, but so there's a submarine that went down to the Titanic to what is it?
Ocean Gate.
The Ocean Gate Titan. And let me tell you, it is not built like a fucking Titan because they were using, what, PS3 controllers? Or what controllers are they using?
Bro, it's not even a PS3 controller, bro. It was like...
It was fucking Logitech.
It was a
PlayStation
PlayStation 1 Logitech, bro, from like 2002, bro.
Bro, yeah, so that's what they're driving this shit with. I think it's locked from the outside. You can only open it.
Okay, so I want to
this whole
talk
shit,
about
bro,
that, bro.
is wild.
Because if I'm a human being, bro, I'm not going to get into a piece of shit, fucking like a shit box, basically, for the equivalent of a submarine. When they lock it from the outside, so you can't even open it from the inside. Like, when you go in there, you see the guys, and they bolt your bitch ass in, like, why would you do that, dude? Like, why is that a logical build?
Did they volunteer to go down there, or did they have to pay to go down there?
They paid.
It's like
They paid $250,000 to go down there?
$250,000?
It was a quarter million. It was
$250,000?
definitely $250,000.
So they paid $250,000 to get stuck in a shitbox submarine and get lost.
The worst... Actually, we'll change it. The worst or best way to spend $250,000?
Bro, they went to go see the Titanic, bro. Like, that's...
I get it,
Wait,
bro,
was it really to go see the Titanic?
Yes, they were literally
Yeah,
going to explore the fucking Titanic in that shit. But, bro, with a Logitech controller.
That's not it, bro.
Bro, if you
I'm
have that
gonna
much money...
if I'm gonna
Yeah,
pay a
that's not
quarter,
it.
if you're gonna pay $250,000 dude, to go, and I show up and that's what's happening, I'm like, yeah, bro, just give me a refund. Or you know what, keep the money. I'm not going down, bro. Just here's my GoPro. Just give me some good videos, like.
Bro, supposedly one of them went to the moon with Elon, you said? Went to the fucking moon with Elon.
Bro, Elon's never been to the
Bro,
moon.
they
What are you
never been
talking
to the
about?
moon, bro.
Or was it?
Yeah,
job.
on Tuesday.
Bro, some government, bro.
Fucking Tuesday, I'm gonna go explore the Titanic in a submarine. So we're gonna see. Yeah, I should be back in time for dinner, for golf on weekend. Fuck.
Whenever you guys are watching this at home, you guys are going to know. Like, drop it in the comments what happened. Right now we're filming this a little bit before. There's only a couple days left to see if they are going to survive. So if they did survive, let us know in the comments. If they didn't survive, don't let us know in the comments, I guess. We'll
drop the dead skull emoji.
And I know it's like we're kind of
Coffin.
joking right now, you know, but it's just kind of like ironic, you know. You have a bunch of wealthy people going down to explore the submarine. Like, that's probably like the
Repeated
richest on a
history?
Tuesday, right? They went down on a Tuesday, so I'm like, dude, that's like the most rich people thing ever.
That's like the most rich thing.
That's like $250,000.
On the topic of sad stuff going on, one of the things I want to talk about today is that Tfue, right? Tfue just retired, one of the gaming goats, one of the esports goats out there in the industry. Tfue just retired. It's kind of sad, man. It's kind of like one of those childhood things that you grow up watching someone and they finally retire.
The thing about esports shows, like you said, is so young, and I feel like not everybody gets to be like kind of what like Tfue status. So because in esports, the churn rate is a lot higher than like the NFL. You know, you're gonna have guys in there for 5, 6, 7 years, but in esports, dude, most guys don't even make it that long. So he was like an ace. You know, he was the top of his game, dude, for many. Since like what, probably like 8 years, no?
The only thing I don't understand, the only thing I don't understand, or I kind of don't understand, and I kind of do, is he was talking about streaming every day for 6 hours a day. But like, you're streaming 6 hours a day. That's not even a full 40-hour week job. That's not even a full-time job. So like for me, in my head, he said it was a lot to do, but in my head, I'm like, bro, try going out working in the field for 40 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week. That's tiring that you can't do for years and years and years. I feel like streaming 6 hours a day, maybe taking the couple days off, like 2-3 days off in the week, that's cake, bro, to me. I mean, me in my head, right? But I mean, what do you guys think on that?
Well, especially if you're making the money you're making, bro, like you said, you know what I mean, dude, you're not out there like, it's like, I remember like back in the day when I used to do roofing in the summer, bro, here in the Central Valley, like it's fucking 103 and you're on the fucking roof with fucking hot ass like roof shingles, bro, that's ass. But if you're there in an AC room, fucking streaming.
Bro, you can get up. You're playing a video game, bro. I mean, you can get up, get snacks. You can do whatever you want. No one's telling you. No one's holding the gun to his head saying, you have to do this or your bills are not.
There's the pressure of having to keep producing content, though, and staying relevant. So I think there's still like there's the hardships of it too, because not just like you got to edit shit. There's some
true.
shit that goes on with it. There still is pressure.
But you're gonna tell me that's the same thing as working hard manual labor?
They're different. They're different, but there still is pressure to it. Like
I get
staying
that.
relevant, having to post a lot, having to come up with like new content, staying fresh. Like it's not like not everybody can't get to that level for a reason too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or else everybody would be.
That's
So there
true.
has to be a level of difficulty.
I think also, dude, I think it might be like a marketing stunt, bro, because he's already kind of done similar things like that in the past, you know, to rekindle his fire. So maybe some Tom Brady retirement, you know, or he's gonna be back playing another game, dude. Because, bro, when you play video games, how the fuck do you retire from playing video games, bro? You can't.
Bro, I hit 30. I had to retire.
Bro, that's what I'm
There's no-
saying,
I don't
bro.
even play no
I'm
more.
still playing,
He's
bro.
gonna say I'm never playing again. There's no way he's ever gonna play. You're gonna tell me like he's gonna take his PS5 out of his room right now.
Toss
He's never
that
playing
shit.
again. There's no way.
bro.
Nah.
That's a good point. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the Tactical Grandma?
Have
you ever seen it?
Tactical grandma, bro.
So there's a grandma that she's on Facebook gaming
Uh-huh.
where she games, but she's a grandma. I'm not gonna say she's old, but she's mature, and she literally games, bro. On
I love those videos.
yeah, she really games, bro, and she's like hardcore at it. Like,
But my point, dude, is like as far as saying
Hardcore
competitive,
grandma. That does not sound like
Gosh, my
a
God.
gaming thing that we're talking about.
she is.
my point, dude, is like, for example, like there was this guy, I forget who they were interviewing, dude, but the guy, it's like one of the younger guys in Fortnite,
Lionel
and he was
Messi.
literally talking about, who was it? No, he was talking about how like there's no way that Ninja keeps up, right? Like he's like, bro, Ninja's washed as far as like the pro scene goes, even though he's still good and he could beat like 90% of us, 99% of us. As far as like the cream of the crop, like the pro level, the guy was like, bro, like even Ninja knows that he can't compete in today's Fortnite, you know, because it's not what it was back then, and the skill gap, you know, he's just not there. He's still really, really good, but to compete at like a really, because that's what Tifa was doing. He was like competing, like he was playing like pro scrims and stuff like that. He was still playing for money, you know what I mean? So he was streaming for fun, but he was also still in the competitive scene. So yeah, I mean, I see both ways of it. You know, obviously it's not as hard as fucking working a hard blue collar labor job. You know, and but there's also still like the mental stress, which sometimes, dude, you know, it's just as fucking. It could be worse. You can argue that it could be worse. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think especially, and it all really depends too. I think manual labor, where you're at, right? I mean, if you look at here in the Central Valley, the weather, especially during the summer, is horrible. 0 out of 10. It's 105 degrees, 110 degrees every single day. But the crazy part about it is right now too, we're currently in June, right? We're June, about to be in July, and the weather here, like not to, I know I'm kind of totally switching subjects a little bit, but the weather here in the Central Valley, the weirdest weather we've ever had, I think, in my opinion.
This year?
This year.
Bro, yeah, what's El Nino? It's an El Nino year, bro. We had
like
hella rain
it's
this
like
year.
mid 80s, bro, and it's like late June.
Bro, I know. I'm stressing on it because I'm like, bro, it's gonna be hot as fuck in December. Some shit's gonna happen, bro.
But what if it
We have
doesn't?
to pay.
What if we, because so we obviously got Tulare Lake, right? Tulare Lake is rocking and rolling right now.
That is true.
So
that is, it's coming back, dude.
Well-
the Tulare Lake's a huge thing too for everybody that's out here. Like
It is.
it's reforming. Like people had to move in certain places because of how big it's getting. They did an overview of it, bro. That shit looks like a fucking huge lake already. And it was one of the biggest lakes in.
Tulare Lake, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you. So, anyways,
Well,
my
it
bad.
used to be the biggest lake
Yeah.
in California.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
No, it
So-
used to be the biggest lake, I think, west of Mississippi. Yeah, it was like the biggest
Whoa.
freshwater lake. It was huge.
So if you guys are at home, you're not from the Central Valley, one of the landmarks you need to come see is Tulare Lake.
Actually, I don't know if you're allowed to go that close to it, but yes.
Yeah, so speaking of the valley, obviously weather's going crazy. Another thing going crazy right here in the Central Valley is Bitwise. Have you guys heard of the whole Bitwise right here in Fresno? Stuff going on?
Well, dude, they basically just, from what I know, is that one day the employee's going to email that said, hey, this is it. There's no more fucking jobs. I mean, it didn't quite literally say that, but that was the gist of it. And then also said that, hey, this last check that you get very well could bounce and it might not go through your
There's
bank account.
no way.
Yeah.
So I've been
for
the
peop-
first to cash that shit. Hell, be everybody.
Nate's going to take it to like the liquor store. Hey, bro, can I
I need this
I need
shit right
cash
now.
for this right
Hey,
now.
get this shit out immediately.
I just go to
Fucking
liquor store to cash my construction check too, right? I ain't going cap.
So
what you
for
gotta
the
do.
people at home that don't know what Bitwise is, obviously Bitwise is a large company, but it's mainly based out of here in the
So, yeah, long story short, Bitwise, what essentially is it was kind of like it was a company that was it was like a tech company that was trying to foster tech, foster tech careers in underserved communities. So they weren't only in Fresno; they were like in New York, Chicago, and a few other major cities, like urban areas that had a lot of underserved and underdeveloped cities and communities. So their goal was to kind of take advantage of that and help people, you know, kind of take the next step, right? But somewhere along the line, what ended up happening was that, you know, obviously I don't know the financials, I don't have access to them, but what ended up happening for some of the research that I did is that they during COVID, they were gonna take. They were gonna supposed to get about $26,000 per employee, right? During COVID, that was like just what the government was giving you. And long story short, they were supposed to receive. It was like I want to say it was like a $2.6 million check, basically from the government for all their employees.
Was it a PPP loan?
I don't know if it was a PPP loan,
Gotcha.
but probably was, or something very similar. It's like COVID relief, for bigger companies. So. What ended up happening was that I think at the time they were kind of struggling for capital because obviously the whole economy shut down. So they requested, from understanding, they requested a loan from another, basically like a private entity, and the people said, hey, we're going to give you that loan just so long as the money that's going to come from you from the IRS, for the employees, $2.6 million, you don't take that money, that comes straight to us, and you'll have your loan, right? Because they were basically fronting the money, you know what I mean?
Gotcha, yeah.
But what ended up happening was that Bitwise actually took the money. They deposited it into their accounts and they never paid the lender. So now the lender obviously went through litigation. They sued them and everything else because they're like, hey, you owe us. And then at that point, that's when the court froze all of Bitwise's assets because, obviously the other person, the other company, I forget the name of the lender, won the case essentially, And then at that point, that's kind of when everything went to shit. So, like a lot of locations in New York, Chicago, and a few other major cities, they shut down. So a lot of which kind of sucked because they were actually doing really cool things for the public. They were like doing like coding classes, like even like this production stuff. They were teaching people how to do it.
They have the classes in Fresno?
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, dude. They had like shared workspaces.
Did
they
ever come out and comment on it though? Or was it just the news?
I don't think they've commented on it.
See, that's the thing that's crazy though, because I don't know, for me, Bitwise, they gave back a lot to the community. They were one of the staples really of Fresno, like really changing downtown. So I feel like for me, before I make any assumptions or anything at all, I feel like I really have to know what they want to say. Well, like, what's their side? Because there's two sides of every story, right? 100%. I mean, especially with loans, there's a lot of people that got the PPP loan or whatever types of loans on COVID.
Put prison too for it.
It happens a lot, right? And there's a lot of misunderstandings that may happen. I'm not sticking up for them, right? I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying there's two sides of a story for sure. And I don't know. We're a Central Valley pod. We're a local pod. Maybe we get the Bitwise founders here on the pod to kind of get their side of this story and
so I didn't know they were based out of Fresno. That's where they started at.
So they started here, yeah. So actually, fun story. One of the very first time I found out about Bitwise, I was going to Reedley College, and one of the co-CEOs, because it was a CEO, it was a woman and a guy. The gentleman, he came and he spoke at Reedley College like back in 2018, 2017. It was many years ago. So that's how I found out about him, and basically kind of gave the whole spiel of how it was. And they were doing really well at the time. They kind of became like kind of like a pseudo real estate company because they were investing into commercial development. They were commercial development, like downtowns, kind of like
so we're doing a lot
like that.
Yeah,
because like Anthony said, dude, they were kind of one of the catalysts that kind of started the whole rebuilding the downtown Fresno thing. They're one of the first big companies to put big money to make to kind of new buildings and stuff like that in downtown Fresno. So like you said, there's a lot that goes to it. It'd be cool to hear their side. I haven't heard anything from them. I haven't seen any statements from them. And now I know right now they're kind of getting clapped, dude, by the lawsuits because no, I'll be honest with you, because on top of what they already had, dude, they also have the labor, like they broke a ton of labor laws by basically laying people off overnight and then checks bouncing and stuff.
They fucked themselves. They double fucked themselves.
So and obviously, dude,
like
and when you're in the business, dude, their backs were against the wall. So their backs were against the wall. So like,
I can't
dude, there's people that were displaced without a job that didn't really think it's a joke, mate.
God. I don't know. So, my thing, man, you guys got to come on if you're watching Bitwise. If you guys are watching this, come on the pod. We're an unbiased podcast here based out of the Central Valley, and we'd love to hear your side of the story, man. I mean, I don't know. That's my take.
You guys talked about clapped a second ago. What the fuck do you mean there's no more FIFA? Because I would have clapped you guys all the way up in some FIFA. So what? You guys got to explain this shit.
I don't know. If you guys are watching this at home, our segues are getting pretty good. Like that was pretty smooth, right?
It was smooth.
So if you guys liked our segues, if you guys think we're getting smoother, make sure to drop a like. If you don't like it, don't drop a dislike.
It doesn't matter.
That hurts our videos. Don't drop a dislike.
It doesn't matter.
Still drop a like to. That's the pity. That's
we
the
love
pity
that
like.
shit.
But yeah. Okay. So anyways, FIFA.
Yeah, you would have got clapped on that shit. I'll still clap you on that
know
shit. Any FIFA, you pick the fucking FIFA. Let's go. War Madden. What's up? Not any boys, but seriously, no more FIFA.
No. So yeah, there's literally no more FIFA. There is, but there isn't.
Okay,
right?
no. What the fuck? You can't say no shit like that.
Well, that's what it is.
It's like you're like, hey, we're no longer in a relationship. I mean, we are, but we're not. Like, what?
Nate,
you know what? But that's exactly what happened with between.
That's what I tell them. Like, we are, but we're not. Like, you are, I'm not.
That sounds pretty familiar for you, Nate.
Take a sip of that. Go ahead. But dude, I mean, that's kind of what's happening, right? So EA Sports, right, the freaking video game giant, that makes a shit ton of famous games, Madden, PGA.
The EA Sport thing just went in my head right now.
EA Sports, it's in the game, right? So they had a breakup with FIFA. So FIFA is it's like saying NFL, right? But at a way, way larger scale. So FIFA was like, hey, we're not going to renew our contract with you. We're going to make our own product.
Whoa.
And EA Sports was like, well, shit, don't worry. We're going to make our own product as well. So in the past, it was EA Sports FIFA. That was the game, right? But now I think they're going to call it EA Sport or EAFC or something like that, EAFC. And they already put their website up like in April. I guess more info is supposed to be released in July. But that's why I mean, well, there's gonna be no more FIFA, but there is. So EA Sports.
Wait, so FIFA's doing its own thing?
Yes, I don't know.
So it's gonna be two different soccer games?
Yes, they're gonna have a competitor. So right now, EA Sports they're already creating their own product, and they're kind of pitching it like it's the same old shit. Like it's the same thing.
It's like a fucking breakup.
It is.
So which one's
So there was another competitor. So back in the day, or I mean before the breakup, right? It was PES. So it's Pro Evolution Soccer. Ass, right? I never liked it, dude. It was weird.
Just like fucking NBA Live. Who the fuck was playing NBA Live?
NBA Live was actually better than 2K in my opinion.
Yeah, NBA Live though, there was a couple of years when NBA Live did have the.
But then there was somewhere with ass.
Well, they didn't have enough money to keep going, bro.
But dude, the graphics are ass.
What was fun though is during that era where NBA Live was keeping up with matching 2K, like it was fun, dude.
No, that shit was fun. For
as a consumer, like you had to choose.
I didn't like how there was two of them though. To be honest,
I did.
To me, it's too much pressure.
And I was like, just
have
what
one.
The fuck is this?
Like Madden, right? Madden only has one game, so I don't have to buy two different games to experience.
Doesn't even matter what year you get; it's the same fucking game.
But to me, and you know what? That's the thing. So to me, the bad thing about not having a competitor is like they get lazy, bro. Like I feel like FIFA has been copy and paste for the past fucking like 6 years, bro.
Bro, yeah, it knows whack. Same animations. They don't get creative with it. Like,
same thing with 2K,
there's really
bro.
not a lot you can change. The Madden this year, they're trying to say you can throw like sidearm passes and shit.
No, but they've been saying that, bro.
But when I think when you overcomplicate the game, it kind of takes away from the gameplay too. You know what I mean?
But like, I'm trying to learn I don't mind that though. I think it's fun.
We need NFL Blitz back is what we need.
Bro, we need NFL Street back, bro.
NFL Street is what we need.
Blitz and Street both are fire.
We have to have that.
Both are fucking fire.
All the streets, bro, I can't believe they haven't remade them yet, bro. To be honest with you, like that's EA is a company known for fucking cash grabbing. That's literally the freebiest cash grab you can make. Why the fuck are you not making the streets?
I would easily buy both those games.
I think if they throw it up on the marketplace right now, $29.99.
Bro, it's getting swallowed.
Bro, easy. Cool. Oh, say less.
Bro. And Nate, dude, I want to ask you this, bro, because we're local, right? We're from Fresno, Visalia, and everybody says that there ain't shit to do, but if you meet a person, right? If you meet a girl or a boy, I don't know what you're into.
Okay.
Like, it's probably you know what? We're gonna cut that.
No, keep that.
I'm not gonna get. I don't want to get canceled.
I looked right in the camera.
Every time we say to cut that, we
never cut.
You know for sure Freddie's putting it in there.
We're not cutting that shit.
Like Freddie,
don't even say
Okay. Whatever.
Anyways, it's going to the.
What do you, okay, bro? Like, so everybody says that there isn't shit to do here, right? And I partially disagree. I partially agree, partially disagree. Mm-hmm. But
there's always drugs.
Well, that's not my point. But hey, they're Fresno. I guess
when we get 10 views on our next video, just know it's your fault.
I'm driving clips right now, bro. I'm driving the fucking clips.
You're the only single one right now. So, what are the best dating places in Fresno? Like in the Fresno area in general. Like, it's first date. What are the classic first dates here in Fresno / Visalia?
Bro, I don't even go to Fresno like that, to be real with you.
Okay, you're in Visalia. What about the Visalia ones?
If you're going to do a date in Visalia? Bro, I'm the
first
type
date,
of person.
Bro. Classic.
Okay, classic first date, bro. I'd go at mini golfing, bro.
There's going to be like 10 chicks at home from Visalia that's like Nate's past. Here's
why.
I remember going to mini golf first date.
I say there's two options, right? I say mini golf or swimming because right now it's summertime, right?
But I'll get for swimming?
I'll get the latter half in a second. You're here why?
Where do you go swimming in a public pool?
We hold the fuck up. All right. So mini golfing, 1, you assert your dominance by obviously running the score up on her, letting her know who fucking wears the pants. And 2, it's still a fun experience. And if you really vibe with her, you let her win a little bit. Then go get some fucking dinner after.
So where do you go? Gotta go to mini golf at though? Where do you mini golf at? Because that's the funniest part of it. Where do you go mini golfing at?
Bro, you don't know where there's mini golf at?
What, isn't it just like the fucking Visalia Adventure Park?
Yeah, the Adventure Park. Where else would you go? You said in Visalia.
That's true. Okay.
Where was your first date? Boom.
Ooh, where was my first date?
Wow. If he doesn't remember this, he's fucking broken up with.
Huh? Actually, you know what? One of my first dates.
No, the first date. You're trying to allude from it. If you forget your first date, bro.
No, I didn't, bro.
Brittany, I swear to God, you have to.
So my first date.
I know you will.
Okay, so my first date with Britt, dude. I went downtown Visalia. We went out to El Tarasco. Had drinks. Because we were regulars there at the time. Like we were fucking sipping a margarita there like probably 4
Margaritas,
times
they
a
were
week,
10
bro.
out of
We would
10,
fucking
bro.
walk out of there sauced a lot. So we got some margaritas at El Tarasco, and then we just kind of worked our way downtown by Sailing, and we ended up at oh my gosh, a Stacked. We had Stacked with a couple more
Stacked
drinks.
is good.
So that was the first date. So I mean, for me, that's a pretty cool first
Kept
date.
it chill,
Food and drinks.
casual.
You know what I mean? Loosen up a little bit, get to know each other.
So what was yours? You seem like the type that would just fucking like automatically air balloon and shit. What do you?
Like he actually,
I
that's
know he
not
did.
far off. That's not far off.
What is the first fucking?
That
You
was
seem
my
like
first date,
bro.
yeah.
Okay, but it was.
You had a fancy first date.
What's
though.
the first
Oh,
one?
well,
You
I don't know if it's
yeah.
fancy
So
though.
the way
Some
I-
people might think it's
the way
fancy.
I asked her out was fancy.
'Kay,
But
so-
like my first date.
How'd you ask her out first? Let's go.
So you want to start off the first date first,
Bro,
then go to ask out?
Bro, you have like ADD right now. Let him finish the first date. We're
Yeah,
on the
let
topic
me-
of the first
I'll-
dates
I'll
right
That's
tell
what
you
you
right
hear.
now.
Okay.
I'll tell you. So like, so first date, I picked her up. Little pro tip: what I did is I actually put her seat lower. You guys ever do that? So I put her seat way low, and then I put my seat way higher,
I did that.
just so I can establish like I don't know, chicks are into taller
Take
guys.
it,
you know?
dominant shit.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
a-
did. So I was taller.
yeah,
So she ended up telling me later on, like, she thought I was taller because of that. So I picked her up, took her to Yard House over there in Fresno. I actually told the waiter it was her birthday, so they brought out like a cake and everything, kind of like a little bit extra, kind of funny moment. Oh, it's not my birthday. And then after that, we went
Ballsy move.
yeah, then we went to Dutch Bros. And then after
Shout
that,
out Kai.
we went for a walk. Yeah, shout out Kai, Dutch Bros. And then went for a walk, and then that was it, man. That was
You
was
were
first
literally
date.
walking off the calories you had, huh?
Yeah, we did. It was
Terrible.
cool. So it was like a little. Yeah, it was cool.
So how'd you ask her? If it was fancy, you said it was fancy.
So the horrible part about how I asked her was this was like pre-Fred. Like we didn't have Fred before, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
there was no way to capture this, which I wish I would have captured this. Like I wish I would. So what I did was I rented out a whole movie theater over there in Fresno, in Clovis. The whole entire movie theater, I rented it out. Joker was coming out at the time, so we ended up, I told her, hey, we're going to the movies. Wake up. We ended up going to the movies, and I told her, like, hey, we have to be there like right on time. And I remember the morning, like it was super stressful because like we had to be there right on time because it was going to start regardless. So went to the movies. As soon as we showed up, before the movie started, I had like a video of me on the screen before. And I said, hey, what's up? You're probably wondering why you're seeing me on the screen. And we'll pop up a clip. So we'll roll the clip. I popped him on the screen. Simp. So I popped him on the screen, and I was like, hey, you're probably wondering why I'm here on the screen. XYZ. It's will you be my girlfriend? And then at the end, it had like a montage of us, like pictures and stuff. And at the end, it said, will you be my girlfriend? So
God damn.
that was it.
Yeah,
That's
that
some
was,
movie shit.
It was
It
romantic.
was pretty cool.
It was really romantic.
There's no like smooth segue on this one, but what I want to talk about, did you guys see Aaron Rodgers? Where Aaron Rodgers was talking about Aaron Rodgers talking at a psychedelic convention in
Bro,
Denver.
You could have segued that in so many ways.
That was
Aaron
a segue.
Rodgers getting fucking high
That
as
was-
fuck again.
That was a segue right there. So he was talking about how he took ayahuasca, and he's such a big advocate for psychedelics and ayahuasca, and he was saying that it kind of helped his mental health. Not kind of, it did help his mental health, and that there's really just a lot of NFL players who do the same stuff, practice the same stuff with psychedelics, and they're just not out there yet. So he was trying to change the whole stigma on psychedelics. So what I wanted to ask you guys was, what's your guys' take on psychedelics, and especially especially ayahuasca?
I've never done ayahuasca.
I've never done
like in my
ayahuasca.
life,
What about psychedelics?
bro. You haven't seen that dude in the back right now?
I've slapped some shrooms. I've slapped some acid.
You slept acid?
Yeah.
Shrooms is fire. I was always scared to do.
You know, dude, I can see where he's coming from. Like, I see where he's coming. I can see where like a lot of people want to use it for like therapeutic
He was
purposes.
saying therapeutic and self-discovery, like self-love
Bro,
discovery.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie though. Like, if you have depression, shrooms or psilocybin, hella helps.
but I've also
Recenters you a
heard
little
though.
bit.
But I've also heard though that if you're in a bad
State of
like if
mind.
you're in a bad headspace, though, you're also gonna get a bad trip, which might put you in a worse spot actually. Like, cause I've heard stories of people
Yeah, I
ending
mean,
up in
yeah.
worse spots than before doing whatever like shrooms or LSD. So, maybe we'll have to bleep up the LSD because I think that's gonna get fucking banned. By the way, but yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, I have a cool story about this shit actually. So the first time I ever dropped, actually was like, of course, bro.
Really fucking
we kissed you
Mark.
off audio,
That
and then all
is
the-
so wild.
First minute in, bro.
Fred, bro.
Wow.
You need to crack the whip, bro.
Wow.
Bro, I wish the microphone caught that, bro.
Sorry.
I was about to fucking get real fucking personal, bro. So anyways, one of the first stories, like one of the first experiences I had with dropping acid actually was that
I'm sorry.
Fred's fucking laugh. What the fuck was that? All right, let's hear it. Let's hear the story. I need to hear the story now, bro. I love these stories.
so I really believe in the therapeutic purposes of it. Because like one of my very first trips, actually it was my first trip. So they have what they call like the afterglow, right? We can talk about that later. You can Google it. But
what is it, real quick? Just say what it is.
I don't really know what it is.
Okay.
I just know like for the next couple of days, like you still feel
like the
like
serotonin and shit is still
like
in
you
your
still
brain.
feel different. Like it takes you a couple of days to get back to normal. To be honest with you.
Okay.
So one of my things on my first trip, dude, like when I got home, because that thing. Oh, by the way, like it's not where like you get drunk and like you have a drink and like an hour and a half later you're done. No, that shit's all fucking day.
You're on a ride, bro.
Literally all day. And it really is a ride.
That's why I like shrooms.
Fucking A, bro. Fucking okay. Are we gonna stop cutting my story?
No,
I'm just kidding. So one of like I got home right after like doing whatever, and I was like kind of on the come down of it, and I just like, dude, honestly, it was so weird because I don't even know how, I don't even know why, but I finally like processed like a few things, like a few big events in my life, like leaving Mexico, leaving all my family behind, like leaving my dad and all that shit behind. And it was literally like I was just sitting there, dude. Like I went for a walk to the park because I didn't want to be like indoors. So there's like a park. I used to be in my mom's apartment at this point. I was so bummed. And I went to like the park, like kind of down the street from her apartment, and I was just walking, dude. And I kind of got over, like I just started thinking about that, and it was weird because I was like processing, like it's like I relived the moment in a sense. But I processed it, if that makes sense, So, and I literally, it's so weird because you literally feel like that relief, like you feel like that heavy, like you don't even know you're like your soul is carrying that weight. And I just felt it leave. Like I was just like, I forgave, like everybody, like my mom, my dad for like fucking, because that's basically they're the reason why we ended up in this situation. Like I literally felt myself forgiving them, forgiving myself for holding a grudge against them. And like, dude, it was so crazy because I went through that whole experience. And you literally feel the weight, like, get lifted off, like, your soul. Like, that's the best way I can explain it.
100%.
And, like, I never thought that that was going to happen. You know what I mean? So it was fucking crazy. So I 1,000% believe in, like, the therapeutic effects of it. I can't speak for everybody. Obviously some people are in a bad headspace. They have a bad trip. But, I mean, dude, that experience was, like, I was like, fuck, that's crazy, right? And ever since then, like, I've been an advocate for it. I don't look down upon them. I don't look down upon shrooms or anything like that. It's just, like... Like if you overdo it, dude, and you're a bum and you're like just fucking like high out of your fucking mind, it's just like anything else, But
yes, if you get high, get high.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I agree too, because like I mean I've done shrooms a few times, and it's the same thing you're talking about. Like you have things you kind of block off, and like that you don't even realize that you're blocking off. Like trauma and shit. Yeah, you carry, and then like it kind of just strips the ego from you, and then you're not that person that you try to create. You know what I mean? Because everybody has an ego where we create this like who we are and what we think we are, and then that ego just gets stripped, and you have to sit there, like you have to do self-inventory on the shit that you don't even realize that you have. Like, bro, I'm like, damn, I gotta be a better son, or like I gotta be more responsible on this, or you start focusing on that shit, and like you said, like you're able to like process it, compartmentalize it, and then you're able to go through it. And then I felt that exact same feeling you have, bro. Like I'll go out, I walked to a lake one time, chilled there, saw fucking birds and shit, and like literally as I was having that, I was processing some feelings that I had from my childhood, and it was just insane because like you said, like you didn't even realize it. And another thing you said too is like you forgave yourself too for the things that you did. So it's like it's insane. It's a whole nother level of it. So it does help with depression a lot from what I've seen. But I've only done shrooms. I haven't dropped though. That shit sounds crazy to me.
That's one of the reasons why I haven't taken it though. I feel like I haven't done any of that stuff. Like I haven't done anything. Most I've done is I'm a big fan of tequila. Like I haven't done any of that stuff. But for the reason because I've heard so bad stories where people do trip and they never come back from it. And you hear like you see the guy on the side of the road that's like a weirdo. He's talking to himself. So
that's meth. He's on meth at that point. In case you're wondering, it's meth.
But it really is. Like I know Dan, like he told me about a couple guys back in his hometown where
that's messed up, bro.
But back in your hometown where you were saying that these guys never came back from it, right? Where they were always kind of like that. And they were always went down that road where they were super super dark, super bad, and they didn't really have a good trip like you guys are talking about. So that's why I've never done it. I don't know. What do you guys think at home? Do you guys think they should be legal, or you think it should be illegal?
Well, dude, I mean, people pop fucking Xanny and shit like that, and that literally strips you from who the fuck you are. So, and it doesn't even help you process. It just like kind of numbs you.
But that's not legal, though, right? I mean, that's not legal to unless it's medical use.
But it's legal though because it's prescribed though. Like nobody prescribes. You can't prescribe like psychedelics. You know what I mean?
But back in the 70s, they were giving like college students psychedelics, telling them to read books and stuff like that too. So they were going through a lot of that back in the day, like figuring out what it was. I mean, they had fucking Woodstock or whatever back then. People were doing that shit like all the fucking time. Yeah. And it was like peace, love. Like it was a completely different mindset too.
Yeah. And also too, I mean, like if you want to be like a conspiracy theorist, you know, like they took that stuff away for a reason, you know. Well, I mean, like if you want to go down that road, you know, you can.
So lastly, before we move on to the next topic, to conclude that last topic, do you think NFL players should be allowed to take psychedelics throughout the season?
Ooh. Dude, honestly,
they smoke weed throughout the season.
Or
I
puff.
think the NBA legalized it, no, but the NFL hasn't legalized it. So the NFL is still legal to do
No
it.
fun league.
I mean, they do, yeah, the No Fun League. You know, they still do it, dude, but it's not legal yet. But it does. I mean, it has it's been proven time and time again for the medical purpose, like the positive medical effects. But, dude, I don't know if I could handle like a fucking trip mid-season though. Like, to be honest with you.
Actually, there was a Pirates pitcher back in the day that threw a no-hitter
Well,
on
he's legendary,
acid,
bro.
He had acid in his fucking headband, and it was dripping on him.
Yeah, no,
he was
I've heard
high
this
as
shit, bro.
fuck throughout the whole game through a fucking
He's a legend,
no-hitter.
bro.
No, bro.
AJ Burnett?
A fucking no.
I don't know. He's for the Pirates.
Maybe AJ Burnett.
Bro, no, this is in the 70s. Dude threw a fucking no-hitter on
I'm off.
acid, bro. Insane. I forgot his
Yeah.
name, though, but...
Dude, actually,
fuck is this guy?
that's like one of like the all-time sports like great stories.
Yeah, that really happened. Insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Another cool thing though, we're gonna switch gears away from drugs, but we're gonna stay on the topic of football. You know, one of our guests that we had on the podcast, he has a really cool event going on.
Yeah, so Jalen Cropper, current receiver of the current receiver of the Dallas Cowboys, it's pretty cool. He's actually having a football camp right here back in Fresno. He's coming back down. I know obviously he probably has a bigger schedule right now, making the team, all the training camp, all the good stuff like that. And coming back, man, giving back to the community, doing a kids football camp right here in Fresno.
I don't know. I think it's really cool, man. If I was back in high school, like if you have any cousins, little nephews, or whatever, you know, that little brothers, kids that are in football, that's probably a really good place to take them. You know, here in the Valley, there's like a lot of talent, but not many times does the talent come back while they're in their prime to kind of host stuff and teach the stuff to the kids, you know. So I'd say if you have any family that plays football, it's definitely worth the ticket. He has a lot of other really good people that are helping him on the camp, so it's worth the price. And Jalen, he's a really cool guy. He cares about the community, so definitely got to check it out.
Do you guys know when it is and where it's at? Can you give them the audience a little bit of info?
Yeah, for sure. So Jalen Cropper football camp taking place on Saturday, July 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Right there in Sanger, California. The address is going to be on the flyer. We'll pop up a flyer here. Address, all the details is going to be right there. And I think it's actually free as well.
It's free.
It's free.
Ooh. Give them back.
That's even better, man. So, shout out to the boy Gentleman, giving back to the community. Obviously, he made it to he got taken by the Cowboys, and I mean that's it's a crazy busy schedule, especially around the summer. You're trying to make the team, trying to make the cut. So shout out to Gentleman for still taking time and sticking to what he said he was going to do and hosting his yearly camp. I think this is his second year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to go out there, man. Shout out Jalen putting on for the Valley. Really cool story, dude.
He's on the Cowboys?
He was on the Cowboys.
God damn.
Yeah.
The receiving core is ridiculous.
Well, too bad Dak Prescott's not. But hey,
Bro, don't even talk
I'm
about
not gonna
my boy
talk about the
Dak.
Cowboys, dude.
Don't
That's
talk,
like
don't talk about my boy Dak like that.
that's my thing. When I'm going to sports, I don't talk about the Cowboys, bro. Like I just
I fucking hate the Cowboys, but I like Dak though. So it's like I'm rooting for him, but I don't want them to win. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, what kind of weird kink is that, bro?
Bro, it's a nice little king. Don't worry about it. No
Hey,
more
well,
Knicks.
you know,
Day.
one of the crazy things that I found out today, though, that I didn't know was the JOP Peso Pluma, their whole release dates. Because this is brand new to me.
The release date happened in the exact same day. So obviously they both dropped. Peso Pluma dropped his album on June 22nd, and JOP dropped his single. It's called Sabor Fresa on June 22nd. And
But they weren't planned like that though, because I thought
no. So Peso Pluma had his album planned. His album's been planned already. He has a bunch of features on there. His album is arguably was arguably one of the most talked about albums just because of the features he had on there. Or huge
the most
bangers
popping
in
guy
the
right now.
Hispanic culture, yeah. And then all of a sudden you have JOP drop his single on the same exact day, and he announced it. So the craziest part about it is, if you guys are watching this at home, if you guys don't keep up with the beef, we've been talking about this like week by week. It's been like we sound like a broken record, but it's because it keeps escalating every single week. So the craziest part about it is that so if you guys watch a couple of last episodes, we talked about the whole beef they had starting the beef, right? And recently JOP came out and he's like, hey, well, I'm dropping a single the exact same day. So it was like a big huge thing because they're dropping the same day, and a lot of people are saying JOP dropped it really out of spite to prove a point that, hey, like, I'm still at the top of my game. I'm still at the top of the charts with
that's some
Hispanic
bullshit, bro.
culture.
To be honest
How
with
did
you.
it chart though? Are
Well,
they already dropped or
releases
they're
the
about to drop?
22nd, bro.
Oh shit!
today's
So
the
we're gonna see
21st,
what
bro.
really happens.
Yeah. So the whole jab is that like he said, Peso Pluma had already had his schedule for a while, and then, like everybody's been talking about the album because like he's got some banger fucking
JOP was like, "Fuck that."
features on it, and JOP was like, yeah, all right, bro, let's see how this goes. So one day he fucking woke up and he was like, fuck you, I'm dropping a single in the same day. You know what I mean?
Who
Which
wants smoke with
you
us?
all know,
Who
dude,
wants
that
smoke
in the
with
music
us?
industry, that's like that's shots fired, you know.
Bro,
like,
I think Moneybag
there
Yo
was already
literally-
shots fired though.
Yeah,
but-
Moneybag Yo like pulled his shit because of Taylor Swift. He was like,
So-
you know what? I'm not gonna drop my shit because of Bay
Yeah.
T Swift. That was respect, bro.
But you know the it's the crazy part on the same topic. Craziest thing was that there was a story where Peso Pluma just got a grill. He just posted a grill. He posted on his story. He posted on a post that he just got a grill. And at the same exact time, same exact day, JOP posted on his story, flexing his grill because he had a grill. And he said on his story, "I've been doing that."
Oh, he's on some 50
So
Cent
he was
type
like
petty.
a
I love
direct
it. I'm here for
direct
that.
jab back to Peso Pluma saying like, "I've been doing that. I've been the guy. You're copying me. You're copying my flow."
Hey, that is true though. I
So-
like that though. He's in that 50 Cent.
Dude,
that
50 Cent
grind, bro.
stays trolling motherfuckers on
Yeah.
Instagram, bro. So I like it. I'm here for the pettiness.
That's
but
cool, bro.
also, though, I guarantee they're doing this shit on purpose. Both of them are working together because it gives us more reason to talk about it.
So that would make sense. But I feel like in the Hispanic culture, there's so much pride on the line. So much pride on the line.
but there's so much money they're making because it's gonna generate more sales on both ends.
Bro, but Hispanics, they don't care. Like, the pride.
About
goes-
money?
The pride goes above the money in Hispanic culture, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I'll be honest with you. I think it does, bro.
Ooh, Drake goes on both. Fuck, and he has two of the top songs. Drake, I could see Drake pulling some shit like that, bro.
Hey, well, we know Drake is known to hop on the bandwagon music trend, you know. So he was with the Bad Bunny. So I could see him hopping on with.
How do you guys feel about him using accents though? Do you guys think? Come on, like I don't like. You know how he tries.
I
to
like
do
his Habibi one. That was pretty
like
dope.
ting. Like I don't know, bro. You like when Drake does that shit? The accent shit.
I like it. I like it.
Bro, you know what, dude? If it wasn't performed well, bro, and it didn't sound good on the track,
Yeah.
I would hate on it.
Okay.
But he pulls it off, bro. Like, no homo shit. I'm not trying to dick ride or anything, but like, he performs on the track, you know. Like, if he
This dude's
didn't, bro, okay, I'm gonna call him. It would be corny, but it doesn't sound bad, bro.
I
so.
feel like, to me, there hasn't been a track that Drake hopped on that flopped. In my
No,
opinion.
100%. No, Drake does not. He
doesn't
doesn't
flop.
make bad music.
He doesn't miss
But he
it,
is
man.
corny as fuck though. But he gets away with it because of his music, bro.
It's because he's Drake, bro. He can be
Nasty
corny
Drake.
all he wants. Like,
But that's literally his thing is being
Yeah.
corny. Like honestly, I'm like, damn.
And that is just he can't get
corny
away
as
with it,
fuck.
bro. When
I'm
you're at
be
the
real.
top of the game, bro, who's gonna make fun of him, bro? Like, you can't make fun of him because of where he's at, bro. Like,
No,
you
100%.
know what I mean?
I mean,
what's your guys'
So-
takes on that?
okay, no, that's what I was gonna say too.
Do you feel like Drake really called a hit on Triple X, or you feel like it's controversy?
XXX Tentacion.
You know what, dude? I'm afraid of what might happen to me afterwards if I release this information.
You gotta
so I'm
say
gonna
it,
keep
bro.
my
Come
mouth
on.
shut.
The viewers
Bro, it's
are
not like
like
we're talking about Hillary Clinton.
because the thing is, the only reason why I know about this is because you put me on.
Yeah,
there.
Bro, this is some real
I'm
dude.
leaking it, bro.
You know how they
Danny
talk
put me
about,
on.
you know how they talk about the iceberg shit, bro? We're getting like deeper in the iceberg right now. We're like deeper than that submarine earlier.
Fuck.
You laughed and then checked yourself for it.
I'm like, wait a minute. hold on.
Acid trip, like I shouldn't have laughed at that joke. I need to be better.
Dude, well, the whole thing, right? So, like, what is it? Mob Ties, right? Mob Ties, he basically, like, that's where he kind of, like, he has some lyrics that are very, like, questionable, you know? As Stephen A. Smith would say, they're very suspect, dude, where it sounds like he's basically saying that he's the one that called the hit on X, you
Like
know?
low key though.
But a very not low key, very high key, bro. You watch the clip.
What did he say? Triple X text only shoot. Like that shit was fire.
Yeah, no, you know, it was fire, bro. It was.
But then you break it down like that.
and
though.
he did it, dude.
I thought he was talking
And,
about like sending news to be real.
And if you go back to the whole beef, dude, where like, cause I mean, Drake did steal Triple X's flow, right? Like,
100%.
Like it's known, dude. You've seen the memes, you've seen the clips, like
But he
it's
has
true,
to.
bro.
Jay-Z because you know throughout time certain sounds are
But
trending.
it's normal,
you have
bro.
To, you have to,
It's
yeah.
normal,
I feel
yeah.
like you have to.
And I just think though that Triple X kind of took it to the next level. He really called them out, and I feel like at that point nobody was calling out Drake the way he was calling out. Also, Triple X was like calling out things about the music industry in general.
He
That a lot
was
of
on
people,
some- bro.
A lot of people were like, "Yeah, bro, like you gotta stop. You gotta shut your mouth." You know
Did he
what I
get
mean?
knocked out on stage one time too?
Huh?
Didn't he get knocked out on stage one time too?
I think he did, dude.
Swear I thought he did.
I don't.
He was
remember.
one of
I
those
can't
people
say
that
yes or no.
Roll the clip.
But yeah, dude, it was crazy, bro, because you know they were having the whole thing, and X was like adamant, bro. He was going in on Drake, bro, on his lives. He was like trying to, like-
Everywhere. No, he was talking
and bro,
about this shit
and
all
then
the time.
what about the story where he put where he's like, hey, if something happens to me, Drake did it, or some shit like that, no?
That to me, that's weird.
And then after
That
that,
is
That's what
weird as
sold me.
fuck.
That's what sold me.
and then after that, bro, like all of a sudden something happens to X, and then all of a sudden you have a Drake
Dude,
lyric that
Drake does hang around like hood dudes though, and like he
Bro, I
always
was-
seems involved in some shit.
I don't know if they're hood dudes or I think they're like they're well beyond that, bro. They're like just some mafia shit, bro.
No,
You know?
for real. Yeah, that YSL shit. He even talks about that shit too. Free
So,
YSL.
yeah,
Bro,
dude, so,
they
to
tried
me-
putting him on the Rico, I think, too, and they had to drop him. Like
Really?
Drake's always in some shit.
Well, dude, like on the trial, I don't know what happened to it, bro. It kind of got quiet, but for a while it was kind of trendy, dude. Like on trial, like they actually they were like really putting it on Drake, dude, and they were like having all this, they were having like all the evidence for it, dude, and that's when it kind of resurfaced. And then I don't know, it must have got paid out because it kind of hushed afterwards, so I don't even know what happened.
Out of nowhere too.
Yeah, because it was like really picking up a lot of traction, and like he was getting a lot of like bad publicity in a sense. So that shit was crazy, dude.
Bro, you know what else too though?
I think he did it, bro.
Hold on though.
I'm gonna still fuck with Take
Wait,
Care
though.
though. Take Care is still one of my favorite albums.
But listen,
though. I'm
hold on,
keeping it a
hold on.
buck.
Wait. So look at Travis Scott's concert where those people die. When they died, bro, that's when Drake went on stage. So a little bit after Drake was on stage, when they were together, him and fucking Travis Scott, that's when people started rushing. That's when those people died.
So
And
you're
everybody
saying, so
said,
are you like that
everybody was saying
conspiracy
that
where he's sacrificing people?
Bro, all I'm saying is as soon as he went on stage though, that's when people started dying. So I don't know, bro. Like,
Well, do you think that's a conspiracy, or that's just legit shit where like the Illuminati and all that shit, they do stuff like that?
didn't David Dobrik bring up the fact that he's seen like real Illuminati shit before? So I wouldn't
Bro, but
doubt it, bro.
David Dobrik is a troll, bro.
I
Like,
mean-
I feel like everything he says, you have to take with a grain of salt.
But he could have been truthful right there, and
Yeah,
then we
you know
didn't take
what,
it serious.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like everything he says is a lot.
No,
of times a
100%.
joke.
No, but I'm saying
But
that
I get what
Illuminati
you're saying.
shit.
Sure, I don't know.
I'm like on the fence, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know if like
There was a lot of
there's
signs.
it's
that-
very plausible for me, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I mean,
did
to
it?
me, dude, I think Drake did put him to sleep. I'm not gonna cap. To be honest with you, bro. Like,
light skin, but I'm still dark.
but yeah, man, that was a random topic, dude. That was a good one too, though. I forgot about that for a minute. R.I.P. the boy X, man.
All right, so thank you guys so much for always tuning in today. Tuning into another episode of the Always podcast show, and we appreciate you guys, man. You always constantly showing love, constantly showing likes. Whether you like us, hate us, you always give us a lot of good, honest feedback, and we appreciate you rocking with us for so long, man. We every single week we try to bring some fire guests to you guys. We want to make sure that we keep bringing these top level ace of guests, and that's our promise, man. I feel like that's kind of why we want to do internals as well. We want to mix it up because every single week, every single guest we bring you guys, we want to make sure they're at the top of their game. And they just providing value, guys. We appreciate you guys watching at home. So any last stuff you guys have to say besides Ice Spice?
No, dude, that took me by. I'm shooketh by that. So.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps it up. Appreciate you guys tuning in for that episode. We will see you guys next week, back again every single Thursday or Monday. We're trying to test out which day. Let us know in the comments which day you guys like down below. Thursdays or Mondays. We'll see you next week. Peace.